Hello, my name is Matt, and welcome to Cut Content. Today we're playing some Paladins. So this is a Hi-Rez Studios game. The best comparison, because most of you are probably not familiar with Paladins, it's still in beta. The best comparison would be to Overwatch, but that's also not entirely fair since they were both in development at the same time. Sort of developed very similarly. But it's a free-to-play game, Xbox One, PC, I think PS4. And I've actually been having a lot of fun with it. In some ways, it's a bit more tactics-minded than Overwatch, in terms of you've got like different builds that you have to set up. Wow, that was embarrassing. As was that. Anyway, you've got different builds that you have to set up, and like there's a whole card functionality that I don't totally get, but I've kind of worked out some of it. Which is pretty exciting. There are items, which I have set on auto-buy, so that I don't have to think about it. I really do actually enjoy the base gameplay. The characters are pretty unique, it's very kinetic. Some of them are clearly, like... I mean, again, it's not fair to say they're in development at the same time, but there are definite times when I'm like, okay, so there's Reinhardt, and there's Roadhog, and, you know, and that's not... It's neither fair nor accurate, but it's really hard not to draw that comparison. Oh, jeez. They are stomping my face in. It's this one guy, this frickin' this Ash person. Ash, by the way, favorite operator in Rainbow Six Siege, do not care for in this game. Another notable difference from Overwatch, you might be wondering, why am I not switching characters? You don't do that. You pick one at the start, you play the game. Which, on the one hand, you know, people want to try different things, and part of what makes Overwatch fun is this sense of, I am butchering it, this sense of, like, adaptability, but, I don't know, I kind of like that, like, it's more like a MOBA in the sense that you kind of have to pick a character and then play with them. And in some ways I like that restriction a bit more, especially since these games don't take all that long. I really could use some healing there. I actually don't know if we have a healer. That's alright, I got a double kill. I mean, I go wildly back and forth, pretty much not just in this game, but in every high-res game. I'm gonna do another one called Smite before too long, where basically I'm either excellent or terrible. I very rarely play an average game. Alright, let's do it. So I roll, I get a 40% damage boost, murder. There we go. All the... Oh, jeez. Haha. Okay, now we're kind of getting back on track. We're just playing against AI, so it's not super hard. And I know you're thinking, why would you play against AI? That doesn't make for as interesting of a video. No, you're right, but here's the thing. If I play against people, the spawn counters in this are long enough that I will die a lot, and it won't, like, nothing will happen. You'll be sitting there, watching me sit there. Nobody wants that. This is a visual medium. I mean, theoretically, I frequently listen to Let's Plays, but, what Let's Plays do I listen to, you might ask? Funny you should bring that up. I'm not gonna fucking tell you, because they're way better than mine, and you will go listen to them instead. And none of you know how to use Google without my help, so I know as long as I don't say anything, you're sort of locked in here, which is a good deal. Woo! Defense success! Alright, next game's gonna start in about 40 seconds.
Point spawning in 15 seconds.
Alright, here we go. Getting ready, getting pumped. I should have said next game. This game is to 4 points, and both teams have won. Another bonus that this game has that I really like, mounts! You can get different cool ones, but you have to spend money on them, which I'm not particularly interested in doing, although... Full disclosure, I did spend a bit of money in this game to unlock this sick vampire hunter outfit for my favorite character, Cassie, the one I'm playing right now, because I am a sucker for vampire hunters, and I make no apologies for that, even though I, like, knew realistically there was no real reason for me to do that, but I did it anyway. Oh, man. Rampage. I played that game a little when I was younger. That was, you know where you're the monsters, you're climbing all over the city. Oh, he was incorporeal. That explains a lot of things. Ah, and then, yes. See, so we got Reinhardt. I'm playing as Widowmaker. Oh, man, I'm so... No, you know what, Paladins? I'm sorry. You don't deserve that. You're a good game in your own right. You're different enough to be unique. I will say, not super a fan of the idea that the characters don't start unlocked. I mean, I'm a sucker for unlocking characters in pretty much any game, but they don't give you that many to start, and it would be cool. I'm like, that's one nice thing about Overwatch is that they're all, I don't know, they're all done. Like, you get everything right from the start. Yeah, but that's actually sort of raises a point. So I mentioned that there's a card system here earlier where you, like, can kind of customize your character. I don't know how I feel about that, because on the one hand, if you pay, you're more likely to get better cards, and also just, like, you know, you get cards by playing. So in a certain level, you're going to be better. Like, I opened enough booster packs, you know, prepping for this Let's Play that I got to craft some cards. And honestly, it wasn't that hard. Like, I played a few games and I could craft every card I wanted, although you craft them at, like, different ranks? Or, I don't totally understand how it works, like I said before, but basically, like, I upgraded my ammo capacity by 2, I do some increased damage under certain circumstances, like, my character plays differently than the base character does. As opposed to something like Overwatch where it's, or even, like, Heroes of the Storm, where you know, you have it all. You have it all, and it just kind of, you play the character, and that's how the character works, no matter what happens. You're not going to get upgrades. Even games like a Hi-Rez's other title that I mentioned, Smite, you do, for sure, change how your character plays based on, like, items and stuff, but fundamentally, you're going to go into the game with the same characters. And I think that's, in a lot of ways, that's better, it's more evenly balanced. I've gotta say, I kind of like the cards thing. It adds a layer of tactics. I have not ever felt, completely steamrolled. I do think the character thing bothers me more than the cards thing, even though, from a game design perspective, I know it shouldn't. Jeez, is he just immune forever? I just keep waiting for him to wear off so that as soon as he's no longer immune, I get... Oh, jeez. Alright, I have no clue what happened there. Whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm coming back in not long. Oh, jeez. We gotta move this frickin' payload. I'm on my way! That was the voice of my horse, and I got caught behind a thing. Are we... Okay, good. Yeah, let's keep pushing that. Guys? Oh, man. Sorry. I'm totally lost here. I have no idea where I'm going. Okay, this looks familiar. We were here, right? Yeah. Aha! There we are. Don't worry. Man, that is one really, really nice thing, is this mounts business. Aside from the fact that in games like World of Warcraft, I'm a sucker for mounts, one of my, actually probably my biggest complaint about Overwatch is how freaking long it takes you to play the game after you die. It's a balance thing. I totally understand and respect it. It is, however, infuriating. I just move so slow. I just wanna start using my wacky abilities, and then especially if the other team is better and you show up and you die right away, and you know, you've all been there. And I really, you know, like, I shouldn't keep saying this, but I do feel bad that I keep comparing this game to Overwatch, because everybody compares this game to Overwatch. But basically, like, yeah, they're really similar. It's sort of impossible not to compare them. I read a really funny interview, actually, about when they were making this game, and then Overwatch came out, and they had to be like, well, people are gonna think we are derivative as hell. But, you know, they stuck with what they believe made a good game, which I respect personally, because also, you know, there are many worse games to be compared to than Overwatch. Not in terms of... It's hard to find a game worse to be compared to in terms of a game that's so just beloved that... Oh, man. Come on, I gotta do some... Oh, jeez. Oops. Well, I was trying to do... I've got some lifesteal stuff that didn't work out. But it's hard because, you know, Overwatch is a game that people got crazy into and are still really passionate about, and people love that game. But it is also a really good game. So, like, being like Overwatch is not the worst thing in the world. However, I can see why a free-to-play Overwatch would bother people because they'll feel like it's pay to win, which is not what they're crazy about. Oh, geez, what the hell? What is that? Jesus Christ! Ah! Get out! Get out! Leave me alone! Get out! Leave! Go! Shoot! I am wasting all my... That was deeply embarrassing, and I apologize that you had to see that. Yeah, well, it happens. But one thing I do really like about this game, aside from just the sort of kinetic experience that the characters offer, because like this crossbow is really satisfying. It totally is. It gives a nice thrum. It all feels, you know, above board. Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus! Oh God! No! 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 Oh man, this is actually going to be a close game. We might not totally succeed. Jeez, come on. Freaking incorporeal beings. This is why ghosts and I never get along. No, how am I alive? I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be, but I am, and that's exciting to me. Oh my God. Oh my God. Did I just survive? Never mind, I take back everything I said. I'm Jesus. I am literally Jesus. This is what Jesus did. My mom was a pastor. I know the Bible. Oh, man. They were like, Jesus owned his enemies at this game, Paladins. That's what it said. Paladin, by the way, favorite class in every single fantasy role-playing game. Dungeons & Dragons especially, my life, my passion, my deep enjoyment that is role-playing games. Back when I still played characters instead of DMing, which I haven't done in... I've played, I think, about 6 sessions as a player in the past 5.5 to 6 years. And to put that in some perspective, I have played D&D for 9 months out of the year, pretty much every week in those past 6 years. So, you know, I've gotten pretty heavily into the DMing things. You might notice my my other series, DM Radio. And what the hell? I thought, doesn't that give us a point? Don't we win? I thought we won. Well, that was fucking horseshit. All right, well, you guys are gonna get a slightly longer video then. So, Paladins, great. Not really. There isn't really one in the game, Paladins, like the Holy Warrior. I think this Fernando guy here, I think his name is about as close as you can get. But I will say, sometimes I really do like Overwatch's aesthetic. Sometimes I just want something a little more fantasy-based. And while this does have, like, guns and stuff, and I could use a few more melee characters, in fact, a melee-focused fantasy Overwatch is a game that I would really love to play. And honestly, I'm sure I play games like that, but I really like character-based shooters. But I really enjoy the fantasy aesthetic. I like having the mounts, I like the vampire hunter skin that I got. I like, oh man, there was just this really legitimately cool event that was for the Game of Thrones launch. It was Winter is Coming in July, and they had like a White Walker skin for one of the mage characters and a Direwolf sniper skin that looked like freaking Stark armor plus a Direwolf cloak, and it was super cool. You couldn't buy them, you had to get packs, which is something that I actually think, in some ways, this game does better than Overwatch, because they're just more clear about like what you can buy. Everything in Overwatch you can buy, but it takes a jillion coins, and there's no way to buy frickin' coins or gold or whatever. You have to open it, and that's the worst. What if I just, like, say what you will about you know, pay a payment model, but I paid like a few bucks and I got the exact outfit I wanted. There are outfits I've wanted in Overwatch that I haven't been able to get in over a year. That's insane. I would have happily given them my money. I gave them my money to open boxes that might have them, and they didn't give me enough. Because the seasonal skins cost 3 times as much as the normal. I shouldn't talk about Overwatch's payment model, but anyway, thank you very much for watching. This is Paladins. I highly recommend people go check it out. You know, it's free, you got nothing to lose, and it's actually a really fun game. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you all soon. I don't need to watch that. I should have stopped the video before she killed me. Well, balls.